Welcome back to the Weekend Warrior Show. This is a very special Oscar predictions edition. You might know that I've already appeared on Talking Pictures with Neil Rosen, talking about the Oscars and making predictions with a couple of my colleagues. I'll put the link in the print edition as well as the YouTube video. But yeah, now I'm going to do my own thing and do this a little bit later than that because we taped that show back on February 16th, so we didn't have all the information. I think BAFTA had already announced, but the SAG Actor Awards hadn't been announced yet. A bunch of guilds hadn't announced yet, like PGA and DGA. So I have a little more information. I don't have all the information. Some of the guilds still haven't announced their awards yet. That's happening this weekend. I'm taping this on Saturday afternoon, March 7th. But I'm going to go over what I have so far and what I think so far. And you can use that for your Oscar pools. You can not. You can do your own thing. But it's a very interesting year because I feel like there's not a lot of like absolute definite winners. There are a few, but not all of them. There's some categories that could go either way. The Academy really has a lot of power this year because I feel like they have like so many options. There are two movies that are definitely standing out, which is Ryan Coogler's Sinners and P.T. Anderson's One Battle After Another. They're going head to head in a lot of categories. They are going to split the screenplay categories. I mean, it's just very easy that One Battle After Another will win adapted and Sinners will win original. So those are already clinched. But those are the two categories that generally tell you what's going to happen in other categories like Best Picture. So the fact that it's going to be splitting is just going to make things even more confusing. But let's just go through everything right from the beginning. I'm going to start with live action short film. I have seen all of the live action short films. Some of them I like more than others. Some of them I didn't like at all. This category is very, very, it could go, this category can go a lot of different ways. It really depends on how many Academy members actually watch these shorts and make the effort. I personally think the best short out of the bunch is A Friend of Dorothy, which is Lee Knight's movie. He actually was able to get a few familiar actors like Stephen Fry, Miriam Margolyes. It's a really nice story about a young black man who befriends an elderly woman who kind of like motivates him to become an actor. As you might know, A Friend of Dorothy means it's a euphemism for being gay. There's that aspect to it. He's being bullied by the woman's grandson, and it's just a lovely film. I liked it a lot. I think anyone who sees A Friend of Dorothy is going to like it and probably vote for it. There are other movies that are interesting. I mean, Two People Exchanging Saliva is technically very well done, but it's a very strange sci-fi premise. I'm not sure anyone could completely get into it. I actually hated Jane Austen's period drama. I thought that was just not good at all. I'm not sure why I got nominated at all. But I'm going with A Friend of Dorothy for live action short. Documentary short is also really interesting because there are a bunch of really good documentary shorts. I haven't seen all of them. I have not seen Children No More Were and Are Gone, which is pretty much a movie which deals with Gaza and the kids who have died in the Gaza raised by Israel. I'm very conflicted on the whole thing about Israel and Gaza, and I have my own thoughts. I don't have to share them here, but it does kind of add an interesting thing because a lot of Academy members probably have opinions too. And when you have a movie that deals with the kids that died in Gaza, it's going to be hard not to vote for it. But I think All the Empty Rooms by Josh Sheftel is definitely a stronger movie. I think it has a lot more backing. I mean, it's a movie that follows CBS journalist Steve Hartman around to the homes of people who have lost kids in school shootings, and it shows that they kept their rooms pretty much intact. So he goes into these rooms, sees these rooms, talks to the parents. It's a really wonderful short. I remember liking it when I saw it at the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards last year. I think having Steve Hartman's CBS connections gives the movie a lot of promotion. Where they've done a bunch of segments on the short and on him and on the subject. Definitely is going to help get people to watch it. So All the Empty Rooms probably is very leads the way. Children No More does have the Gaza thing. Armed with Only a Camera, The Life and Death of Brett Renault is basically about a war photographer who's been going to Ukraine and filming things there, taking pictures of that. Very, very powerful, moving doc. I think it also has some potential, but I think All the Empty Rooms is going to just win because of the familiarity of the subject and the CBS being behind it. Documented feature is another particularly interesting category because this year, Gita Gandhabir's The Perfect Neighbor was thought to be a frontrunner right back to when it won the Critics' Choice Award back in November. It's a very strong contender, but it has other things which are coming up against it. Mr. Nobody Against Putin just won the BAFTA, and other docs have been winning things at Gills. We don't know what the WGA or the ASC cinematographers are going to go with yet, but we do know that Ace Eddie did awarded The Perfect Neighbor for its editing, just like the Critics' Choice did last year. That has some good potential. I mean, it's a really, really strong, powerful doc about a woman who basically calls the police on her neighbor, and it ends up with this woman dying because of laws that allows a woman to shoot. Again, and it's just really good. The Perfect Neighbor. I have not seen Mr. Nobody Against Putin. I have not seen some of the other docs in this category either, which is kind of a little bad for me, considering that I vote for the CCDAs all the time. But I've not seen Come See Me in the Good Light, which I've heard a lot of great things about. It's on Apple. It has the Apple backing, which could definitely help that one. I don't know much about it, and unfortunately, we'll probably try to watch it eventually. And then on top of that, there's the Alabama Solution, which is an Andrew Jarecki's movie set in the prison system. It's also gotten a lot of claims. It's backed by HBO Max, who are always great in the documentary field. So this definitely has potential, but I'm going to go with The Perfect Neighbor. I think people who watch that movie are really going to be blown away by it. It's going to be hard for not to win the Oscar. Andrew Jarecki was previously nominated for Capturing the Friedmans, so he's familiar to the Oscar voters, but I think Perfect Neighbor will win just based on how well it's done. Interestingly, Gita Gambier has also produced a documentary short, The Devil is Busy, which is set in a abortion clinic. Again, very topical, but I think that's kind of like not gonna win over the audiences. Animated short is another interesting, difficult category. I have seen all the animated shorts this year. I really liked Forever Green, which is just a nice, bear in the woods kind of movie. I think Butterfly is the strongest contender. It's directed by French filmmaker Florence Mihalier, whose name I'm going to butcher. It's better known as Papillon, which is the French word for butterfly. It's a beautiful doc about a swimmer. It covers his entire life. It does deal with the Holocaust a little bit because he does swim in Berlin during the Holocaust. There's another Holocaust movie called The Girl Who Cried Pearls, which others have enjoyed a lot. Good. I thought it was kind of ugly. I don't think I think it's a little pandering with its own Holocaust story. I'm going to go with Butterfly for animated short this year. I think Butterfly, you watch it and it's just beautiful. It has so much good stuff going for it. Animated feature may be one of the easiest categories this year because Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunters has become such a sensation and a cultural phenomenon. It's just a massive hit that it was just completely inescapable this year. This competition is really pretty light this year. I mean, Zootopia 2, it's not very good for Disney. There's some other movies. I loved Little Amelie or The Character of Rain. That's a beautiful French animated film. I actually liked Elio, the Pixar movie as well, but no, I think K-pop Demon Hunters walks away with this one. It's also going to win for original song with Golden because that's just like a chart-topping hit. Everyone loves. It was everywhere. Kids love it. I think any Academy member with kids is going to know about K-pop Demon Hunters and Golden. Those two are just definite wins this year. It'll be hard for anything else to win, I think. Even with a song from Sinners, even with Diane Warren with her umpteenth nomination. But no, that's Golden for original song. It's pretty obvious from watching Sinners that Ludwig Göransson was getting another Oscar nomination. He's already won 2 Oscars, one for scoring Black Panther back in 2019, and one for scoring Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, which also won Best Picture. I think having those connections, he's got 2 more Oscar nominations for Sinners, one in song, one in score. I think he'll win a 3rd Oscar for score for this one because it's another brilliant score. And it's also going to kind of just start the way for a possible Sinners Best Picture win later in the night because it'll probably be the first of the awards announced. There are a lot of great films deserving of winning in the singular sound category. I think all of these movies sound good. Sinners, one battle after another. The Spanish film Surat, which was in the international feature category. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein also sounds really good. But I think F1's going to win this. It's definitely the loudest of the movies. Has a lot of great sound design work. It's also, Apple's big movie this year. It got a Best Picture nomination. I think that'll win for sound. I think it also should win for editing, but I think it's going to have a tougher time in that category. It's also going to be hard for any movie to beat James Cameron's Avatar: Fire and Ash in the visual effects category. The previous 2 movies have won in that category. This is going to be the same. I did like, what they did with the visual effects in Jurassic World Rebirth and F1, but no, Avatar: Fire and Ash, visual effects, easy win. It'll be its only win of the night, but it'll be another Oscar for a James Cameron movie. Getting to some of the other below the line categories, there are 3 that seem like they'll go to Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and those are hair and makeup, costume design, production design. It's a beautiful movie. It's, looks so good. There's also a chance that Sinners, which set a new record for Oscar nominations with 16, could win 1 or 2 of those, but I think Frankenstein just looks great. I think it's just a masterpiece as far as the crafts. So yeah, Sinners probably won't get one of those. I mean, I think if Sinners gets anything, it might get hair and makeup, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think Sinners is going to get other stuff instead. Like, for instance, the inaugural casting Oscar. This is the first year that casting directors are nominated for Oscars, and I don't have the full list of who's up for it, but I mean, I think Sinners, which just won the actor award for ensemble cast, is a pretty easy choice. It has a great cast. Its casting director, whose name I don't have in front of me, unfortunately, will probably win that one. So that's two for Sinners so far. Next, we have cinematography, another interesting year because there are a lot of great looking movies. And looking at the nominees, you have Frankenstein, you have Mari Supreme, you have One Battle for Another, you have Sinners, you have Train Dreams. All of these have Best Picture nominations. I don't think Mari Supreme will win it. Frankenstein looks beautiful. I mean, in theory, could get a cinematography Oscar to go with some of the other ones, but I think Train Dreams, which is Netflix's movie, might pull out a win here. It is a beautiful movie, mostly outdoors, lots of nature. I think the cinematography is like one of the standout aspects of the movie, and it reminds a lot of people of Terrence Malick. Probably remind a lot of Academy members of Terrence Malick. The thing is, they have to see it, and that's the biggest problem. I mean, Sinners. It'd be nice if it would win in this category because it's the first a woman of color to be nominated in this category, and it'd be great if she can win it. I mean, it is a beautiful movie. One Battle for Another has a lot of great filmmaking, shots and stuff like that. And as I said, Frankenstein is just beautiful to look at. But I think Train Dream is going to pull out a winner in this one. It'll be its only Oscar nomination, but it'll show that people do love how this movie looks. Film editing, as I mentioned before, I think F1 definitely deserves it. It has some amazing editing in it. Other options, I mean, Mari Supreme also has great editing. That's actually co-edited by Josh Safdie, the director. But I think this one will go to One Battle for Another, Paul Thomas Anderson's movie. I think it will be the first win of the night for it. One Battle for Another that just has so much great editing. It creates so much tension in the movie. Well, I'm kind of an idiot because I completely forgot to do a category at the Oscars, a very important category, a very interesting category this year, and that's Best International Feature Film. I somehow just completely missed it when I was recording originally, so you're getting a bit of an insert here. I hope that's okay. There are five movies for international feature, as usual. They're from France, Brazil, Norway, Spain, and Tunisia. As has been the case for a while, two of the movies in the Best International Feature Film category are also up for Best Picture. Those are The Secret Agent and Sentimental Value. Then there's also Surat, the Spanish film from Oliver Laux, which has actually gotten nominations in other categories as well. The movie from France is Jafar Panahi's It Was Just an Accident. It was actually a movie that was shot in Iran. He's an Iranian filmmaker. He's been exiled, and so France took on his movie as their movie. I'm not sure how that actually works, but it did. Brazil's movie is The Secret Agent. Brazil actually won the Best International Feature last year for the first time ever with Walter Salles' I'm Still Here. So this is kind of a comeback. To get two nominations in a row for Brazil it's just never happened. And if they win 2 years in a row, it's also new territory. Sentimental Value from Norway is from Joachim Trier, who I believe he's had a movie nominated once before in this category. But this year has a lot more traction because it also got him a directing nomination. It got a original screenplay nomination. It got Best Picture nomination. It has 4 acting nominations. I don't want to mispronounce all the names, but there's, Stellan Skarsgård is up for supporting actor. Renata Rinsvi is up for lead actress. And then there are 2 supporting actors nominations. A bunch of nominations outside the international feature category. That's usually a pretty good tell that Sentimental Value will win because it has so much support from other places. But The Secret Agent also has support. I mean, it has Wagner Moura, lead actor nomination, the first one for a Brazilian actor ever. It got nominations in other categories like casting, which is, no one saw that coming. No one saw casting nomination for Secret Agent. And Surat got nominated for sound as well. And it's a great sounding movie. It has a great score. And there's also the Tunisian movie, is The Voice of Hind Rajah, which people love. I am kind of mixed on it. It's really, again, another movie about Israel and Gaza, and it's kind of half documentary, half fiction. But my favorite movie is Sentimental Value. I think it has so much traction with all these other nominations. I mean, it has a directing nomination. How can you nominate Joachim Trier for his direction and his screenplay and then not give the movie international feature film? I'm actually seeing it again tonight for the first time since I saw it before. I love the movie. I am not a fan of Secret Agent. I have not hidden that fact that I don't like the Secret Agent, and I have connections in Brazil. I have family in Brazil. I love Brazil. I love the country. I will root for it in the World Cup, but I will not root for Secret Agent in this category. This one will go to Sentimental Value. I already mentioned the screenplay categories, and that seems pretty easy. It seems like original screenplay will go to Sinners, adapted will go to One Battle for Another. That will actually be Paul Thomas Anderson's first Oscar ever. It'll be his first win. It'll be the first thing announced of the night. So yeah, so screenplay, easy picks. One Battle for adapted, Sinners for original. And then we get to the acting categories, which are getting really, really interesting. There were, there's very many years where there's like a definite front runner in each of these four categories. This year, lead actress definitely seems to be going to Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Rose Byrne has gotten a lot of support. People love her. Some people love Renata and Sentimental Value, but Jessie Buckley will probably walk away with this one, and it'll be the only Oscar for Hamnet that night. Going back to the supporting categories, it's also gotten really, really interesting because these have gone in very different directions. I mean, actor in supporting role, Jacob Elordi won Critics' Choice. Benicio del Toro won a lot of Critics Awards before being nominated. Delroy Lindo was not even nominated in any other place, not for BAFTA, not for SAG Actor, nothing. Stellan Skarsgård, he won the Golden Globe. He was nominated for the BAFTA. He was not nominated for the SAG Actor Award. Sean Penn has been nominated pretty much across the board in most groups, but he won BAFTA and he also won the SAG Actors Award. So Sean Penn won BAFTA another. It's such an amazing performance. It's so deserving. Some people are kind of going against it because Sean Penn's just so ornery. He doesn't like award shows. I mean, he didn't show up for the actor awards. And then there's Delroy Lindo. He's a veteran. He's been acting for decades. He's well loved in the industry. Sinners is also well loved. There's always a chance that he could win like he could win like a career award, and this could be his career award where people go like, "Oh, yeah, Delroy Lindo, yeah, I love him. Let's vote for him." They don't really love Sean Penn, and he's won two Oscars. So why would you vote for Sean Penn when you have Delroy Lindo there? And also, Delroy Lindo's really been out there. I mean, he appeared at the BAFTAs. He had that big controversy. He spoke at the SAG Actor Awards when they won Ensemble. He's a great spokesman for Sinners, and I think that might actually help him win his first Oscar, without any of the precursors before. This would be another case of Mark Rylance a few years ago where he won for Bridge of Spies. It was basically a career Oscar because he well loved in the industry. He gives great performances, gives a lot of great performances. And I think Delroy Lindo will win that this year. So Delroy Lindo for supporting actor over Sean Penn. Actress in supporting roles also gotten really interesting because it's gone a lot of different ways so far. Sentimental Value has two actors nominated in this category, Elle Fanning and Inga Lilias. They didn't get nominated for SAG Actor Awards. They haven't really won much in advance, to be honest. Right now, Amy Madigan won the Critics' Choice. She just won the SAG Actor Award. Tiana Taylor won the Golden Globe. She might have won some other things as well for One Ballot After Another. Wunmi Mosaku won the BAFTA for Sinners. I mean, she is British. I think that really contributed to her winning because people know her there. I think this category will go to Amy Madigan. Again, it's maybe another career Oscar for her, but her performance in Weapons is undeniable. It's been 40 years since she had an Oscar nomination. She's well loved in the Academy, as well as a wife of Ed Harris. So I think Amy Madigan wins supporting actress. So who else there? Okay, so we got actor in a leading role. Look, for the longest time, Timothée Chalamet seemed to be able to run away with this one, but then he lost the BAFTA award to a little-known actor for a movie that very few Americans probably have seen. I won't get that whole thing about that. Michael B. Jordan just won the SAG Actor Award, which shows a lot of support with him among actors, as well as winning the Ensemble Award for Sinners. Michael B. Jordan could be making a small move upwards because of the last minute support for Sinners. Timothée Chalamet still has won a lot of stuff. He's given a lot of great speeches. He's gained a lot of controversy. I don't think Wagner Moore will win. I think lucky being nominated, to be honest. Ethan Hawke, I love. I'd be very happy if Ethan Hawke won for Blue Moon. I love that movie. Love his performance. But I think Timothée Chalamet is still going to win. I mean, he came so close with The Complete Unknown last year. He is definitely an actor who's kind of moving up. He's becoming like a Leo DiCaprio. He's just an actor who, a lot of people love Marty Supreme. Man, like not everyone loves Marty Supreme, but I think he's going to win for Marty Supreme over Michael B. Jordan, over the others. I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio ever had a chance. He had already won One Ballot After Another. Is not his best movie. So recap: actress Jessie Buckley, actor Timothée Chalamet, supporting actress Amy Madigan, supporting actor Delroy Lindo. And that gets directing, and I think this is a pretty clear case that Paul Thomas Anderson will win his second Oscar ever for One Ballot After Another. He already won the DGA award. I mean, yeah, there's a chance that Ryan Coogler could get some support for Sinners. There's a lot of support for Sinners. I've seen, they did a lot of these anonymous Oscar ballot things, and Chloe Zhao is getting picked a lot for Hamnet, which is, to me, is just shocking. That movie is just not a directing achievement. I mean, I think Marty Supreme is a better directing achievement than that. I think Paul Thomas Anderson wins directing for One Ballot After Another, so he has 2 Oscars that night. And then there's possible 3, because in this Best Picture, where, like I said, One Ballot After Another is going up against Sinners. It's just basically those 2 movies. No other movie has a chance at winning. I think Sinners may pull out a win for Best Picture. I think One Ballot After Another, I liked it. A lot of people love it. It was the critics' favorite for long over Sinners. But I think Sinners is just kind of like when it came out in April last year, it just kind of like started a movement. It had a movement behind it. The fact that it's still being talked about a year later is amazing. I think Sinners will win Best Picture, one battle, another one will win Director. It's not uncommon for those two to split, and I think that's gonna be the case this year. That's it for my Oscar predictions. I hope you enjoyed them. Feel free to leave comments. Tell me what you think. I hope you like the better production values. I have a new sponsor, Benefactor, who helped me out with that stuff, and I appreciate it. I don't know if he wants to be mentioned. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll have another Weekend Warrior show talking about the new movies coming out in the weekend, and I'll have another video review of Ryan Gosling's Project Hail Mary. That's going to be sometime this week as well, probably on Tuesday morning when the embargo breaks. Anyway, talk to you soon.